The 5 freedoms are standards of care developed to make sure that animals being cared for by humans are getting everything they need to be happy and healthy. The 4th freedom is freedom to express normal behavior. After learning about the first 3 freedoms, it shouldn't surprise you when I say this one is complicated and that how you provide this freedom will depend on the type of animal. When we talk about normal behavior, we're talking about providing opportunities for an animal to behave naturally and use their instincts. What's normal for one type of animal isn't necessarily normal for another. Which of these pets would do better if they lived with another of their own kind? Guinea pig, hamster, rabbit, chinchilla, hedgehog, or chameleon? Guinea pigs, rabbits, and chinchillas are extremely social animals. Their wild counterparts live in large groups, so they are most likely going to be happier living with another. Hamsters, hedgehogs, and chameleons should be kept by themselves, as in the wild they are solitary animals. If caged together, they might fight. However, if you have a single animal and want to get another one to make them happy, don't just put them together and assume it will work out. Just like we want to be properly introduced and get to know somebody before we consider them a friend, the same is true for animals. Do some research on how to introduce your pet to their new friend before you actually do it. Another thing to realize is that if your pet has always been alone, they might not be able to be social with another one because they aren't used to it. So sometimes you really have to go with the preference of the animal. Just because you think it would be good for them to have a friend doesn't mean that they actually want a friend. On this slide we have a guinea pig, dog, cat, hedgehog, rabbit, and goldfish. Which one of these pets have a normal desire or need to chew and should be given toys just so that they can do that? Guinea pigs are rodents, and all rodents have teeth that continually grow. Rabbits aren't rodents, but they also have teeth that never stop growing. Both of these animals need to chew or their teeth will grow too long and cause health problems. Dogs enjoy chewing as part of their normal behavior. All of these animals need to be provided with appropriate chew toys. Cats scratch for many reasons. They scratch to remove the dead outer layer of their claws, to mark their territory by leaving both a visual mark and a scent because they have scent glands on their paws, and to stretch their bodies and flex their feet and claws. Even a declawed cat needs to scratch. They still want to mark their scent from the scent glands in their paws. Now that you know this, do you think this looks like a good scratching post for that cat? Absolutely, we want to provide a cat a scratching post so that they can practice that very normal cat behavior. However, the scratching post in that first slide isn't a good choice. Remember, I said that one of the reasons cats scratch is to stretch their bodies. That scratching post is too short and isn't big enough for the cat to fully stretch. The scratching post in the left on this slide is tall enough. It's also wider and it has more scratching surface, and it even looks as though it may be sturdier and less likely to wobble, which cats really don't like. So let's talk about dogs and chasing for a second. Which of these do you think would be normal for a dog to chase? There's a tennis ball, a running girl, car, cat, and frisbee. Actually, dogs are predators, and predators chase things that move. So it would be normal for a dog to chase any of these things. Some breeds are more likely to chase than others, depending on what job they were bred to do. For instance, border collies were bred to round up livestock like sheep. Herding breeds are more likely to want to chase things that move than a dog that was bred to be a companion dog, like a pug. However, although chasing things is normal for a dog, that doesn't mean it's something that should be allowed for everything. We can provide opportunities for a dog to practice chasing behavior with safe things like a ball or a frisbee, while training a dog not to chase people, cars, or cats. Now I want to talk about appropriate caging for a pet rat. Which of the 3 cages on this page do you think would provide a rat the freedom to engage in normal behavior? This cage is actually a cage for a guinea pig, although I think it's smaller than I would like for a guinea pig. The problem with using this cage for a rat is that rats like to climb, and this doesn't give a rat enough space to do that. This cage has the same problem in that there wouldn't be enough space for a rat to climb vertically. This is actually a cage that someone created for a gerbil, and this is a perfect gerbil cage since it has plenty of space, things for the gerbil to do, and items for a gerbil to chew on. Now, this is a good cage for a rat. It has several levels for the rat to climb on, and there's a lot of floor space as well as a lot of vertical space. Adding bedding, toys, and things for the rat to chew on would provide even more opportunities for a rat to practice the freedom to practice normal behavior. Even better would be for two buddy rats to share this cage. So let's see if you've learned anything so far today. What should we think about when providing the freedom to practice normal behavior? A, the amount of cage space. B, company of their own kind. C, equipment or toys in their environment. Or D, all of the above. Of course, it's all of the above. So I hope you've been given some things to think about today. If you have a pet and want to provide freedom to practice normal behavior, you should research what normal behavior is for your type of pet and search for resources on the best way to give that to them. Thank you so much for joining Hawes Virtual Education Activity today.